Previously on Pirate Doom 2. Alright, now this is what we came all the way through the dead fish swamp to see. Just look at the band, so lively, and what the crap is going on here? Why is old Captain Joe having knives thrown at him? Seriously, can we not go anywhere without having an issue? Cyber Demon, smack that crap out of here. Mess with our drink time. Welcome back to Let's Share ML Games. I'm your host, Joe, and today we are tackling my favorite map of Pirate Doom 2 so far, Map 22, Scuffle Town. Your favorite map? I literally claimed this one last week! Yeah, but it's my favorite to edit. And why is that? Because you didn't fail. I mean, I'm pretty sure the world has just ended. Really? I told you last week I would do this one without failure. You had that little faith in your captain. Yes. I don't even know why I put up with the two of you. Anyway, yes, take your time through this map and you'll get through it without much trouble. The mansion is really the only place you have to worry about. How many times did it take you to get through that mansion? Only 3, if you must know. Anyway, peanut gallery aside, old Darch will try to lead you through the start of this map. Literally, right from the beginning, he'll open doors right in your path to try and encourage you to go down below. Whatever you do not listen to Darch. You're seriously telling people not to listen to the person who created the map. That is exactly what I'm telling people to do. Don't, whatever you do, listen to Darch in this map. It will get you blown to smithereens. You really think Darch would just mislead people in the map that he created? I mean, why would he intentionally lead you in the best path possible? Of course he's misleading you. Why do you think ambushes exist? Anyway, start up top, clear out the hit scanners, and then you won't have all of them surrounding you as soon as you get the blunderbuss. Well, it seems to be working out for you so far. Yeah, so this is where he originally wants you to go. This map looks innocent enough, but oh boy, watch out, there's literally a chain gunner waiting to bust through the door on you at any moment. So, usually you don't even have time to put your coat on before that thing shows up. Better to handle this when you've already got the chain gun to work with. And now, let's go through here so we can clear out this building. Notice all the booty? Notice there's 2 booty in the corner. They're guarding a secret. Yes, a secret. By the way, Baron, are you sure you're gonna be okay this episode? I kinda have to deal with one of your kind.
Don't worry, if he defeats you, then we will take over the crew. If you defeat him, then he deserved it.
Wow, Barons have some bizarre loyalty to one another. Maybe that's why they can't infight with each other. I mean, challenge accepted, Baron.
I look forward to seeing you blown into tiny chunks of meat. By the way, there's also a secret in here. Go where the chain gunners are behind the wall. You're welcome.
And see, Baron, that is why I know I can always count on you to help us find the secrets in these. After all, this map is quite vast. Yeah, but one great thing about this map as a city level is the fact that he actually does give each building personalities. So you're the one praising Darch this time. I mean, literally last episode you said this was your favorite map of Pirate Doom 2. Because it is. I mean, there's so much to see and do in this one. Compared to the others, this might as well be its own WOD. I mean, you're really going that far with it, huh? Absolutely! Darch's maps have been absolutely on fire lately. So I would like that trend to continue to the rest of the series. I mean, we started out good, but these recent ones have made it great. So, easily my favorite of the series so far. Let's continue up. Because old Captain Joe still can't platform worth a darn. Glad you admit it. I'm pretty sure everyone knows that. So let's go through this fake wall here, thanks to our Baron. Take out the chain gunners, and we've got secret number 1. Rum and the green coat. You know, he couldn't just give you the blue coat to start out with, could he? Couldn't be that nice to us. But don't worry, we won't need it, because old Captain Joe's go digging in the graveyard. What? Digging in the graveyard? I mean, why do you think Darch created a shovel? I mean, he didn't create it to smack people with.
Careful up ahead. You have a pop-out revenant behind you.
And that is one thing old Captain Joe loves about the series lately. These last few maps have been doozies from old Darch. Doozies from Darch. Doozies from Darch. Better than Darch be Darch? I think so. But the thing is, if he can keep this kind of intensity for the rest of the series, I would say we're going to go out on a high note here. Literally, old Captain Joe wasn't even sure if he could get through this one in one go without failing. A lot of enemies clustered together, able to hit you pretty much anywhere you go in this map. It's genius! Wow! This may be the best praise you've given him all season. I mean, why wouldn't I? It's my favorite map. Absolutely. So, looks like we're getting a shovel up ahead. You know, oddly enough, we've barely seen this thing in the entire series. So let's go to the general store, which easily is my favorite store in this entire map. I mean, look how fleshed out it is. We got bottles of grog just sitting around. You got a lot more than that. I mean, everything's labeled. You've got the grog spitter with a pop-out revenant ready to smack you in the side of the face. And guess what? We've even got the grog bombs. Oh, God, no. And you've got a grog dispenser that actually works. How cool is that? Literally, my favorite building. So much to see and get here. Grog for days.
So what are we going to do with that shovel?
We're getting ready to go grave robbing. Seriously, Captain, what? You heard old Captain Joe right. Right after we get ourselves the Red Skull Key. Again, I'm still wondering why it's always the Red Skull Key and then the yellow and blue keys. I mean, did you want Darch to create a million different variants for keys? It is what it is. Red Skull Key. And it's literally right at the top of the stairs. Right by our secret green coat that is perfectly visible to everyone around.
Good, so at least I don't have to tell you about this one.
Don't worry, old Captain Joe's on top of it. Just like the Arachnotrons and Revenant trying to hide in the shadows. You know, this is really a pretty nasty trap. Yeah, I mean, the Arachnotrons sometimes have issues hitting anything with all these pillars, but if you make the mistake of going into the spider's lair, you're cooked. So, Captain, can we try to make sense of this run so far? Absolutely. Basically, Darch tries to lead you into the bottom alleyway right from the beginning of the map. He literally opens the door for you. Completely ignore that, instead clear out the top of all the hit scanners. Once that's done, then proceed through the level how Darch wants. Go through the back alleyway, go through the building with the staircase to get your first secret, and then the Red Skull Key. Just like that. Once you've got that, you can go for the secret green coat if you like. The old Captain Joe will warn you, it's tough. And I'll actually back you up this time, Captain. I know you and platforming, but daggone, this is actually a really tough area to platform because he barely gives you any room to lead up to it. Literally, you just have this tiny stub to make your jump. You really, really have to get lucky with your SR-45 right there, because you need all the momentum possible to just barely get that lip. Exactly! Also, watch out for monster closets. Wait, what? Literally all around town, these monster closets open. The second you grab that red skull key, and they can make this place absolutely unbearable. So be careful. So it's basically like all the townspeople waking up because you're being too dang loud. Exactly, because we're being too dang loud. Apparently, us grabbing the red skull key was the final straw. So be ready, because you're to have tomatoes and chain gunners all over town now. Basically, wherever there's not a building that you can go in, there's a monster closet. I mean, look at this. Literally, in between buildings, monster closet. So beware, because the last thing we need is chain gunners just moving around.
Secret alert.
Yes, Baron, we are finally to get to these double secrets.
Go where the 2 coins were in the corner. There are 2 fake walls you can pull down.
And that will actually cover all 4 of our secrets. Even though you didn't grab the one yet? Yes, but everyone knows where it is. So, long as we make sure there's nothing that's be coming in here behind us, let's go ahead and knock both of these out together. Basically, putting the spinach right beside the supercharge is basically giving you a megasphere, but without the armor. And now, let's go ahead and work our way back to the green coat. Because daggone it, we can't have all this health and no armor. That just seems kind of silly. It is. I'm really not sure why he didn't just give us a megasphere there, but either way, we got it. So, 2 hard health. Well, forget that. Flaming psychopaths decided otherwise. Anyway, next thing we want to do on our bucket list is get the blue key. So just to recap our path here through town so far, we basically started out by getting the spinach, then we followed Darch's plan down to getting the first secret, then we hit up the general store for the grog spitter, got ourselves the red skull key, then finished up the rest of the secrets, and now we're going for the blue key. That sounds about right. Okay, so where is the blue key? Literally right beside where you start. I mean, it's literally in the alley, right beside it. So, it's literally on Main Street, yes. And the bizarre thing is, you get the cannon right off the bat. You know what that means? Old Darch is experimenting with slaughter. Kinda like you did on Tortuga Island. Exactly! I'm kind of surprised you remembered that moment. It literally happened the same way. Yeah, basically grab a cannon and just go to town. But this time, it's not just revenants. You've got revenants, you've got hell knights, and don't worry, there's Mancubus back there for your shooting pleasure. Is that all? You better believe that's not all. There's more. Oh boy, what do we got now? There's a witch doctor, because of course there's an archvile after all of this. Why wouldn't there be? I mean, you seem offended by that. No, it's just the trap that everyone uses in Doom, and I can't understand why they do it the same way every time. Throw a bunch of monsters in one area. Then, let's just throw an archvile in after the ambush is over. That's great. I think you've been playing too much Sunlust. I think I have been playing too much Sunlust. Do you have any idea how difficult Map 24 dying on Q is? I mean, if you're dying on Q, how is it that hard? Just let it happen. I mean, that's not the point. You have to choose when it happens. You have to choose when it happens? It doesn't just, like, happen naturally? No! And that's the ridiculous part of it. But guess what? You won't see in that map. Let me guess. Archviles after an ambush. Yeah, because he throws archviles during the ambush. You know, to make it nearly impossible to proceed. You know, narrator, I think you're right. Sunlust SD indeed. So, let's go to the cemetery now that we've got ourselves the shovel, the red skull key, and the blue key. Basically, we are here to go refill on all of our health. And the last thing we want to do is waste the last shot we have. Yeah, he's not exactly great on ammo here for some reason. But don't worry, we're going to get tons of it here at the end. You just got to get through this part. And considering we have our spinach, the revenants are no problem. And there's still enough health just lying around in monster closets that we shouldn't have too much trouble digging up all the goodies. There's something that should never be said about a graveyard. Yeah, but Darch be Darch. Yes, Darch be Darch. Anyway, you two. So, are we doing the cemetery or are we going somewhere else? Don't worry, we're doing it. We just had to make sure all the revenants were out. So there was one of the captains that didn't make it. And all we have to do is just go to the different tombstones and use our shovel. As you can see, we got ourselves the blue coat and the supercharge. So literally, he almost gives you a megasphere for disturbing the dead. Exactly! Darch be flipping Darch. Anyway, let's go to the main part of the map. This is the one that you want to make sure you have plenty of health and armor going into, because this is when things get off the rails. And Baron, I hope you've been watching, because we get to see just how well your fellow counterpart does.
Perfect, let's see him blow you up so we can finally take hold of the crew and get out of here.
Well, my money's on the Baron. Well, mine's on Captain Joe. Well, glad to see how divided our crew is about this. But yes, the Baron that shoots cannonballs from his arms, that's what we're to have to deal with here. And not just that. Witch doctors? Yes, the witch doctor as well. This is literally the toughest fight of the entire map. I mean, you can't even stand still for a second. Even having back rooms back here, you can't stand still for a second. Because if you get too close to that key, that archvile is going to show up. And this place becomes a mess when that archvile shows up. I am not even kidding. Everything basically gets gunned down in the middle of the map, and then the archvile shows up literally in the middle of the fight. Think about what you just said there, editor. Yes, in the middle of the fight. So unlike the blue key trap, this one actually is difficult. Oh, by the way, I took out your Baron.
The sanctimonious weak piece of crap.
Oh, don't worry, he's about to get a do-over, because the good old archvile had to show up on us. I'm sure he'll be back.
Don't bother, we've already seen he can't pull it off.
Well, maybe so, but old Captain Joe is not letting anything stand between him and the end of this map. So, let's just guide everything back here away from the archvile as much as we can, because otherwise we're just going to keep facing the same things over and over again, with barely any ammo. Yeah, this place really pinches you. I mean, it gives you a lot of chain gun ammo, but that's not very good against the archvile. It would be good if I could get the archvile out here so we can smack him with our berserk cutlass. That would be too easy, wouldn't it? Way too easy. You know Darch ain't gonna let that happen. So instead, we're to have to deal with the Mancubus King revived over and over again, which is absolutely horrible. I mean, I don't even see the archvile in there. Surprisingly enough, I think he's too busy just stuck in the middle of reviving stuff. Oh, saw the flame. Yep. About the only way you know where the thing's at. And at this point, I'm just encouraging as much fighting as possible. Maybe something will rise up and take it out for us. You're really hoping against hope there, aren't you? Hey, gotta do what a captain's gotta do. Also, whatever you do, don't step on the flames that thing creates. It'll still burn you. I'm kinda surprised. Yeah, but that seems to be the witch doctor's MO. And right now, looks like he is caught up with the Baron. Yeah, but unfortunately the Baron is never gonna target it, so good luck with that. Well, all we need is one good smack, and then it'll all be over. Either that or more cannonballs. Yeah, are there more cannonballs? Why don't you look around? Better than just dodging forever. Guess I will. Let's see. Somehow we must have found something. I mean, we got ammo for the musket. Well, keep looking. There's gotta be cannons somewhere. Oh, there we go. All right, just like that, we are back in business. Just make sure whatever you do, don't miss. No problem.
Well, don't get too confident yet. You still have a Baron to deal with.
Had a Baron to deal with.
What in the heck are you doing, Baron?
He is currently failing in every way possible. Just sit and watch, Baron. It won't take us long. Let's go ahead, grab the yellow key, and just like that, we've got what we needed out of the manor. Back down here, and let's get rid of the Revenant that has been giving us problems all day.
Who also took out the Baron? What are you doing?
Oh, I wouldn't worry too much about it, Baron. We are almost done here. So, let's go back to the yellow key area and take out the Mancubus and everything else trying to stop us from leaving. Basically, we got ourselves a Mancubus and a Hell Knight guarding the docks. And that is no good for us. Exactly! So, let's take out the Mancubus. And as soon as he goes down, let's use the last bit of our ammo to take out the rest of the filth. So, any other ammo you could potentially get here? Because, you may have to slap that thing senseless. I have a feeling I'm gonna have to. I mean, at this point, we're basically running on fumes ammo-wise. But one enemy is not getting between old Captain Joe and the exit. Especially since we have done this entire map with no failures. Exactly. That would be literally terrible to get to the end and fail. So, make sure you've raided all of the monster closets that open, and let's go ahead. Because that Hell Knight, you don't have a ton of room to move around with unless you get him into the bigger area. So, once we got that situated, let's make our way back. Right after getting some ammo first. Yeah, I mean, I'd like more than 5 shots, but it looks like that's all we're gonna have to work with. So, back down the stairs, and just like the red key was at the top of the stairs, the yellow's at the bottom of the stairs. Well, makes it easy at least. Exactly! So, go down to the exit, don't believe it for a second, because there's our Hell Knight. As you can see, you basically have no room to dodge. Pull him out to the main room, and then we'll have a better chance of this. So, the epic showdown happens again, just like map 31. Exactly like map 31, only this time we have no problem taking him out, because spinach. And just like that, we are pretty much done here, except the items. Thanks for flashing it forward. Yeah, it kind of took you a while to find these. I figured there's no point in making people sit through it. There it is. They were hidden in a monster closet, and there was one more hidden in the actual general store. Somehow, old Captain Joe was so busy with everything, he forgot to get his drink. But just like that, this one's done. Easily the most fleshed out map of Pirate Doom 2 so far. Absolutely love it. Literally, there is nothing else you can say about this one. This is an outstanding map, Scuffle Town, with every building having its own creative identity. Absolutely everything works well together, and there's not only one way to get through it. So if you've not already, please check out the Pirate Doom 2 playlists. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Some more Can See videos. We'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.